Bonjour. Like the brand, the Partagas Series D number 4, or simply known to the mass by D4, has attracted a lot of debates, controversies, lawyers, fans, cynics, and skeptics.
All of that.
Yes, Hajj, and more.
But what about the brand?
What
itself?
about
Yeah.
Who doesn't know Partagas? Who doesn't smoke a Partagas? Anyway, I leave it for you, Hajj, to tell our fellow aficionados few lines. Remember, this is an express episode about the legend Partagas. Why? Because you are a better narrator.
Thank you. Anyway, in a few lines, Don Jaime Partagas, the young...
Don't who?
Don Jaime Partagas.
Nobody has Jaime over his head. Are you sure?
Don Jaime Partagas, the young immigrant who did to the tobacco more than anyone else in the industry. He is said to be the first to experiment multiple fermentations and aging for tobaccos, yet he didn't do it quietly. He made enemies and scandals everywhere, like somebody I know. He was sued, indicted, charged over womanizing, territory and land seizing, state disputes and conflicts, and his most famous battle was over the brand La Flor de Cabanas.
A long story. All that, Hajj, before he was assassinated in a Shakespearean tragedy. Jaime Partagas y Ravello, I will never really know how to pronounce it in Spanish, came to Havana in 1827. Some sources say in 1830, some others say in 1831. As a common tobacco labor, he came before the ambitious young Don put up 18 years later in 1845 the legendary Partagas factory.
A year to remember indeed. 20 years later, he was murdered and his son sold the business, which changed hands until it reached Ramon Cifuentes, who made the brand international.
Our stogie today is D4. Some are addicted to it, some are obsessive about it and fanatic of the stick. Some, I'm one of them, truly believe it is a bit overrated. Yet all of us have deep respect, Hajj, to the earliest form of Robusto.
Yes, indeed. Launched in 1930-ish, discontinued in 1960 before being recalled in 1975. Since the D4 became a constant in the world of Robustos, a constant in most of our humidors, and a constant in most of our debates over the one single stick that rules the market. The one.
Yeah. Anyway, Qasim, I'm glad we could squeeze much info in a few minutes. After all, this is an express episode. Impressive for an express episode to do all that. It's time, as you always say, let us cut and smoke.
Indeed.
قص
ويلا
ودخن.
ويلا.
Qasim, we cut, we light, we smoke, and we paired. For me, it was simple, a direct pairing. I chose the Buchanan's Deluxe 12 years. It's a blended Scotch whiskey. Why? Because one characteristic, it's smokiness. What did you pair?
For me, it's green tea. I squeezed some lemon on it to intensify the flavor to match the strength of the cigar for today, Partagas.
Sounds perfect.
The wrapper is fairly oily, smooth, despite revealing somehow rough veins. Body very firm when squeezed between the fingers, showing an early sign of full body.
The body was tight enough, the draw I'm sorry. Very appealing to experienced aficionados. Sweet on the lips, I'm surprised personally. Sweet pepper and loads of hints of cream.
The first draw, like on the cold draw, very creamy with the sweet pepper, deep earthiness overwhelmed with mushroom dipped in virgin olive oil. Why virgin olive oil? No acid.
No acidity, perfect.
Okay.
On the burn line, it was the perfect burn line with the usual Cuban fluctuated contour. First third, continuation of the sweet pepper with a rushed mounting pine aroma overtaking the whole scene on the first sip. Pine tree or raw pine, maybe both, beautiful kick-off for this young box 2019 D4. Scarce in smoke, but vraisemblable Qasim. Perfect holding of ash. Needless to mention, it's black grayish typical Cuban.
The second third, sweet peppers transforming into a mix of sweet and black pepper with hints of chili flakes.
Retrohale,
Yeah,
I conducted two. Both revealed this masked strengths of nicotine of the usual Partagas, an overwhelming, leathery, but smooth, deep oak.
the last third, little salt surging on the lips, creaminess fading, sweet pepper transforming a mix of sweet and black pepper. The typical leather of a Partagas has finally emerged and occupy its usual space in the last couple of inches.
Okay. Enough saying?
Enough.
Time for the verdict.
Time for the
Can we
verdict.
go to the table?
Go to the table.
Read the numbers.
Read the numbers. Go ahead.
All right, the constructions, we both agreed it was beautifully constructed. We marked it with 9.5. The draw, 14/15. The burn, 14/15.
So far, we are equal on grades. From now, we change. The ash is beautiful for me. I put 9, Eddie 8.5. The smoke, we agreed on 8. It's fair. The flavors, excellent. 18 and 18.5 for Eddie. Yeah. The overall impression is 19 for me, 19 for Eddie. Again, equal. So
How much we average?
in total, 91.5 for me and 91.5 for you.
We need a calculator now.
Yeah, sure. It's so hard to do the average.
The total average would be
Surprisingly, 91.5.
91.5. Excellent cigar.
Exactly.
To put it in few words, Qasim, it's a short Lusitania. I am absolutely pleased with this 2019 D4. Its complexity is overwhelming. Its bouquet of aromas is astonishing, and in one word, it is rich.
Eli, I hate to tell you that I told you so.
You told me so.
Once again, the D4 proves to be the creme de la creme of all Robustos. It has established its supremacy.
Enough said.
Enough said for now, and that's it for today.
We conclude.
We conclude.
Okay, guys, gentlemen, ladies, until the next Los Osos Express episode, stay tuned and follow us.